Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Secret of Man, as I've sometimes called it. So, I guess it's time for us to reforge some weapons here. Which one's ready? You'll be able to tell which ones are ready to forge by the colors. If they're black and white, basically they can't be forged, and if they're in color, that means they can. So, Boomerang can be forged up to level 1, or should I say level 2. There's basically an arrow there that tells you, and if it can be forged, it'll put the weapon's current level next to the arrow. It seems like it would put the weapon, the level that it can be forged to, next to the arrow, but that's not how it works, so oh well. This is the temple. Oh my god, I love this music. Oh my god! I'm telling you, if I had to pick my favorite music in this game, it would be this music right here. So this is one of those crystals I was talking about. You cast a spell, it creates a certain effect, allows you to pass. Simple enough. Usually the effect is synonymous with whatever spell you're casting, such as freeze, making lava disappear, or earth causing something to slide, or, like an earthquake that would move ground so that you could progress past something. That kind of thing. Well, these monsters can get pretty mean in this place, so, I've actually found that the javelin is very helpful here. I'm not going to use it, but basically, like, you can stand down there at the bottom of that H, that letter H in the ground, the hole. You can stand down there and actually throw the javelin and it'll reach them on the other side. So you can basically attack them without even taking a hit. So I did that once. So I thought that was kind of cool. Let me see here. Get another one up here. You know what's really strange about this is if you watch the names of these monsters, there's a goblin, and then there's a maw goblin, like Mama, And you'd think that the maw goblin would be the one that spawns the goblins, but actually it's the other way around. It's the goblin that spawns the maw goblins, which seems really weird. Because I figure they meant maw to be like Mama that has the kids, so she would sprout the little ones, but nope. I don't usually fight these chest knights here. I try to avoid them if I can, because they're just too much of a pain in the ass. First of all, they're really hard to hit. Second of all, they got really high defense. You probably do like 15 damage at best against those. So basically in this temple, you want to get to these two switches on either end of the room. And once you do that, then the middle will open up so you can progress. It's a really short temple. I mean, we'll probably be through this in like 3 minutes. But, well, we're already up to 3 minutes just about now, so I'd say probably by the 5-minute mark we should be fighting the boss. Ooh, I just heard snoring, yeah, sure enough. You guys sleeping on the job, you crazy lunatics. So just come on down here through the door. Anytime that you're not sure where to go, you have to look for, like, those little crevices that are 2 blocks wide that go down. That probably means there's a door on the other end. It looks like there would be one below us right now, but no, actually not. Well, that's not really how it would look, but I don't know. Just trying to give some kind of an example, but just try to get up here and get these guys. I mean, they're, I'm tempted to say that the best thing to do here is just launch an all-out offensive, but at the same time, you don't want to be too overzealous, because you can end up putting yourself in a world of crap if you do. This is another instance where you can actually fight with the javelin. There's a lot of safe spots that you can stand and just throw it because of the way the weapon throws on the screen. Like if you're throwing it to the side, it'll actually gain height, and in a 3D sense, it would be up in the air, but in the game, if the monster's above you on the screen, normally that means they would be like to your right, but at the same ground level as you. But in the game, if you throw the javelin and it gains height, it'll actually hit that monster, even though it's not technically on the same... how do I explain that? I think you know what I'm talking about, pretty much, but if you don't, just ask and I'll give you a more thorough explanation of that. I'll make some drawings or something, Good, this guy hasn't spawned yet. I mean, I'll sit here and I'll put this music on while I sleep, seriously. I mean, and it gives me some weird dreams when I do that too, let me tell you. Especially if it's a day off. I go back to work tomorrow. I'm going to work 8 hours for the first time in like 2 years. They've had me working 6-hour shifts now for 2 years, and then just out of the blue, we're back up to 8 hours this week. You know, no warning or anything. All this time I was thinking, well, maybe I should get a second job. I'm only working 30 hours a week here. You know, I mean, I can make it on that, but I could use the extra money. So I think if I'm only working 30 hours, I should have time to work a second job. But this is why I didn't get one, because I knew when they moved us back up to 8 hours, there was going to be no warning about it. No reason why. Oh my god, that place. Let me tell you. It's just weird. Okay, so we are at the stage room, and that's our next elemental, believe it or not. Mayhap I shouldn't have spoiled that, but oh well, I just did. This is an outrage. Yeah, Sprite and him getting this little fight here. You know, I'd really love to see the complete translation of this, because from what I hear, it was shortened a lot. Now this boss here is a perfect chance to try out your freeze magic if you want. I'm going to try to use it as little as possible, just for the sake of actually, you know, being somewhat authentic. But it's going to take a really long time to beat him if I do that. Because this guy has a lot of HP, and the most damage you can ever hope to do with a weapon is like 40. Maybe a charged attack you could do 60 or 80, and that's about it. But the spell, well, I'll cast one eventually just to show you. You have to use some cure here. Fortunately, she's got enough MP to cast that 4 more times, so we got enough time here to play around and just see what we can do. Sprite got in a nice little hit there. Just kind of instinctively calling Sprite, I don't know. The girl, actually, the first time I played this, I called her Jamie, because I was in love with this girl, Jamie Sorrow, in high school. And that's just, wow. I'd like to say it was a long story, but it's really not. That's all it boils down to. So in a way, when I look at that girl, I just instinctively, I kind of think of Jamie, and I want to call her that, but, yeah, I don't know. We're going to try a spell on him, just so I can show you how much damage it does, as compared to what we've been doing here. Nope. There we go, 212, not too shabby. But he's just hitting us like crazy with his spells too, you know, so... And it's doing quite a bit of damage. So if you don't use magic, this can be just about as bad as the Spiky Tiger, if not worse. But it's not nearly as bad as the Spiky Tiger, because you know you have the spell to fall back on in an emergency if you start to do really bad. And it's not really you that's doing bad if you are, it's just that he's casting spells and he won't stop. And that's pretty much all he does, so what do you expect? He wants to win as much as you do. It's like they say in Earthbound, just remember your enemy is also struggling. So, that's like one of the most profound lines I've heard in a game, because it's kind of true, you know? You're not the only one who's struggling, and the enemy's struggling too. And if you look at it that way, it's kind of almost puts so much more meaning behind the battle, in a way. And what was that? Was that my last one, or my second to last one? We could be in trouble here. Crap, he's not disappearing. Ugh, 2 in a row? What am I supposed to do about that? Man, Sprite's only got 5 HP left. I better give him some candy. That was my last cure spell. I don't have any candy, I'm gonna have to give him chocolate then. Good thing I bought that chocolate, I tell you. Might have enough for one more hit here. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to cast the spell. I got no choice at this point. Just hope it goes through and we win this thing. Oh man. Holy crap. And when you actually deal the death blow to a boss, you never get to see how much damage it did when it did it. So... but that's okay. So I guess me and Michelle are not gonna gain experience for this battle, which is too bad. Because even if all 3 of your characters are alive, it doesn't split the experience. I mean, it gives you all the same thing. So if 2 of you are dead, it doesn't mean that the 3rd one's going to get 3 times as much as he would. He's going to get the same thing either way. So, here we are. Whew, thanks. That oaf was always bugging me. Forgive me, I used you to get some relief. Oh my god. Let me be your servant. Hey, who are you calling a servant? Oh dear. Anyway, call me anytime, anywhere. Now close your eyes. Like we're really closing our eyes there. Both you and your wife may summon me. What? Me married to that? That's just crazy. So we got Gnome's powers now. Yay! Oh, dear me. To the Mana Seed. So now, not only do we have a second elemental to build the spell levels on, but we also have another level to build because we just got the second seed. So now we can build Undyne up to level 2, and we have to build Gnome to level 1 and 2. So that's going to take some time, let me tell you. But I don't know if I'm going to off-screen that or what I'm going to do, but I'll decide later, I guess. So next time on Secret of Mana, we'll do something else. Yeah, I used that line already. See you next time.